Hello and welcome to today's morning report on Tuesday the 18th of November with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Handtech Markets. The European markets have started reasonably positively actually, and that's sort of taken on from yesterday's move that we saw. That was on the back of just positive and dovish comments by the ECB chief Mario Draghi that basically sort of suggested that there was the prospect of still quantitative easing and buying of sovereign bonds on the from the ECB. And that's basically what the market's looking for. I mean, he did again sort of allude to whatever it takes, and it's just sort of along the same lines. But I suppose at some stage there's going to be need to be some substance behind it. But certainly at the moment the market's taken it positively, and the sentiment has rebounded. But there is still coming up towards the German ZEW economic sentiment that comes out in about an hour, and that is going to be potentially a big driver of markets today. But just in the last few minutes, we've actually seen or heard reports that Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has announced that he will be delaying the sales tax hike, and also he's going to be calling a snap general election. So that could have an impact on dollar yen, and certainly there's beginning to be a little bit of a weakening of dollar yen in the last few minutes since that announcement. In terms of how Wall Street performed yesterday, another record closing high, 42 this year now, but again very slight gains, not really anything really seen to the upside, plus 0.1%. Nikkei again was stronger overnight. That sort of unwound a lot of that weakness that it saw on Monday, 2.2% higher on the weakening of the yen. And European markets, as I said, just slightly higher in the early trading. In terms of Forex markets, the dollar just really can't at the moment get any real traction with the gains. It seems to be very choppy, up one day, down the next, and it seems to be once more what we're seeing today. The dollar is back under pressure a little bit against the Forex majors. We've got a lot of economic data out today that could drive sentiment. As I said, starting off at 9:30, we've got the UK CPI. Forecast to actually increase slightly to 1.3%, and that will be interesting because we've just seen last week we saw the wage growth return, or real wage growth return to the UK economy for the first time in several years. And the announcement of inflation today at 1.3% would basically be back in line with that wage growth, also at 1.3%. But then at 10 o'clock, we've got probably definitely the more important number, which is the German ZEW. ZEW has been falling. Economic sentiment in Germany has been falling throughout 2014, and it has been a big lead indicator towards GDP, in fact, in recent years. So it'd be interesting to see if the actual announcement can come out and improve from minus 3.6 to plus 0.5. That would be the first rise this year. And it'd be very interesting to see if that does actually happen. So it could, as I said, be a big driver of the markets late morning and into the afternoon. Then into the afternoon we have got a couple of bits of US data. The PPI at 130, 1.3% expected there for the producer prices index, and then the National Association of Home Builders gives its housing market index at 3 o'clock. 55 expected there, and basically in line with last month's 54. So that takes me on to the chart of the day, which is dollar Swiss, and dollar Swiss continues to be a very interesting chart because it sort of plays the opposite game to euro dollar, and this big uptrend that's been intact for the last 3 months continues to pull higher. Yesterday basically forming once again on the low of that uptrend, finding the support. But it is interesting because we're at the moment finding a bit of a corrective phase over the past sort of week and a half or so, and that's pulling the stochastics lower. MACD lines just slightly rolled over, but certainly it looks like it's just near-term corrective within this big 3-month uptrend. And the weakness I think that we're seeing today, I think, will ultimately be another chance to buy. This is the this is the hourly chart, which, as I said, over the past week or so has just seen a series of lower highs really, but I do believe that looking at these momentum indicators, certainly on the hourly chart, that it just looks like it's more of a corrective, near-term corrective phase than anything too overly worrisome. And I think that anything back towards this uptrend or on this daily chart should be seen as a chance to buy. I do like dollar Swissy from the medium to long term still on the upside, and I think it's got further moves to play. So I'd be using any sort of weakness back towards. I mean that there is a near term support around that 96 area, which has been historic. That was resistance there, and then subsequently support yesterday. So I think anything around 96 could be where we could start to look for some potential buying areas. But I think we'll be seeing a retest of this 97 resistance and back towards the highs in due course. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.